The first date can be fun and exciting, but honestly, it's also a bit uncomfortable and scary. The goal is to hit it off with this person, and it's possible to find someone special. But what if you have nothing to say in the first few minutes of the date? And what if you messed up under any circumstances? Never mind, we have got you covered. Welcome back to our channel. The topic that we'll be discussing today is what you should say on the first date. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and don't miss any updates. Dress well. No matter what the occasion, your clothes can reflect your personality. Dressing for comfort usually means you're more laid back and relaxed, while wearing a strong dress all the time usually indicates your authority. But if this is the first date we're talking about, it seems too leisurely or too authoritative may send the wrong message. On the other hand, wearing very casual clothes may make you look like you haven't made any effort. On the other hand, wearing a suit jacket and high heels may make you appear snobby and domineering. Dressing well is the key, and between dressing up and dressing well, the latter is often more ideal, especially for professional adults. However, you don't need to wear normal work clothes. Dressing appropriately, meaning suitable for the destination, clean and likable, is the key. If you have a meeting in a high-end restaurant, you should probably wear elegant clothes, not exposed, not flashy. Make sure she's the one who always speaks. Well, in my opinion, this should be a mutual dialogue, and everyone should be able to speak their own opinions. But keep one thing in mind, never let them wander and don't keep them waiting. First dates are usually somewhat awkward, and you might get the feeling that you can mess up the conversation. Hence, in such a case, get the girl to speak and patiently listen to her. But for that, ask them some good generous questions, but don't keep it to one word. You always ask the questions. This can really tell you what type of person they are. Do they value honesty, integrity, humor, parties, or other things? It can also let you know if you're getting along well with your date's friends, which may be important. Ask them about what is the most interesting fact they know. Well, this can be a great conversation starter, as people are full of interesting facts. And yes, this is an interesting question that can be used to understand what your date knows, and you might even learn something new. In addition, everyone likes to feel interesting. Glad you gave your date the opportunity to do this. You can ask them about their greatest achievement, as this gives your date a chance to brag modestly. It also lets you know that they're willing to work hard to get whatever they want. Hear out their precious memories because the reason is simple. Just talking about their most precious memories will make them happy, but it'll also give us insight into what they value most: family, friends, work, or other things. Don't forget to learn something about yourself on the best day of your date's life. To be precise, this question brings your date back to important life moments that they like to relive, and it's deeper than the chat on the surface. This deeper dive allows you to stand out from the others that this person has been dating. You should always pick the spot to go for the date, so you show her you know how to make plans. As you can see, there are many factors to consider when it comes to who should come up with the idea of the first date. When it comes to modern dating, who should propose the idea for the first date depends entirely on the couple. If your partner is in trouble, please suggest something you'd like to do. It's also fun to plan a date together, and how you determine your date in advance can set the tone for a partnership that meets the needs of both parties. Come up with an outline and ask her specific questions about what she likes to eat or what she likes to watch. If you customize your first date according to her interests, she will be pleasantly surprised. Pay for the first date. As we've discussed so far, the first date can reveal a lot about someone's character. The first date reveals a lot of information about a person, and it usually determines whether a person is willing to continue to see another person. Dating is a great opportunity to learn more about a person and what kind of lover they will become. This information can be collected through conversations during the appointment, but equally important is the behavior during the appointment. When a man picks up the bill on the first date, it reveals some interesting qualities that the man may have, namely that they take their role as a provider seriously, which is especially important for women who identify with traditional gender roles in their relationship. Picking up the bill may also indicate that men value a woman's time and the energy a woman needs to prepare for a date. Women usually have to bear a lot of hidden costs when dating. They often spend money to make sure they look great on a date. Women's pre-date rituals may include hair and nails, waxing, and clothes shopping. These expenses can add up, and a man who spends money on a date shows that he's grateful for his efforts. Ladies, your presence makes him happy. Paying for a date is the least a man can do. Also, money is important. Of course, finance plays an important role in interpersonal relationships. Unfortunately, the world still judges women by their appearance, while men judge by their financial status. Money affects the dynamics of relationships, and money issues are one of the main reasons for divorce. It's foolish not to consider finances when dating. If a man cannot afford the first date, this may indicate a deeper financial problem. First of all, he's just cheap, which is hardly considered an attractive quality, or he should not appear on the aforementioned date. This doesn't mean that a man who doesn't have a lot of money should not go on a date. It just means that a man should be able to plan a date within his budget. There are many cheap dating options. Walking in the park, free exhibitions, and picnics are all options. A person who can plan a date within a budget shows that he is financially proficient and able to plan and manage his finances, all of which are excellent qualities to look for in future partners. If the gender pay gap is not involved, this discussion will be incomplete, which means that women's salaries are usually significantly lower than men's. The first date usually doesn't result in salary comparison, so based on statistics, we can assume that this person earns more and therefore should pay for the date. However, even if this is not the case, he should still pay because it shows that he can make a plan within the budget. Sometimes, women don't want a man to pay for the first date because this may lead to the expectation that he will go home with them. If this is one of your fears, I suggest you worry more about the type of man you agree to a date with. If you go out on a date because they have already paid for your drink or dinner and they want you to sleep with them, then the problem is the man, not the bill payment. Therefore, people must reconsider the type of date. If political factors related to the cost of the first date still make you very uncomfortable, consider the survey that also shows that more than 60% of men on elite single dating sites are willing to pay for the first date. This may be due to the fact that many men like to be seen as providers. They like to treat women who are dating. If you still feel bad about asking men to pay for your date, one way to deal with this is to have the person requesting the date payment for the date. This often results in men having to pay for dates because it's usually men who ask women to go out on a date. If you do shoot as a woman, it's reasonable to pay the bill on the date you requested. On the other hand, for the reasons mentioned above, this gentleman is willing to pay the bill again, which would be a good thing. It allows him to show you that he's a responsible man who can treat you, both of which are very attractive qualities. Don't go for the kiss unless she initiates it. When kissing on the first date, there is no shortage of dating rules that detail the conditions under which you should or should not kiss someone. You should not kiss on the first date. Otherwise, they will think you're not looking for anything serious. While some say you should kiss on the first date. Otherwise, they will think you're not interested. You should kiss on the first date, but it's just a light kiss, not a full kiss. If you met on an app, you shouldn't kiss on the first date. But if you already met, well, that's fine. You should kiss on the first date, but only at the end of the date, not at the beginning or in the middle. This was all about it. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and advise our channel. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section.